May we request everybody to please stand up for the singing of the national anthem and our invocation.
Let's bow our heads and place ourselves in the holy presence of our Lord. Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering all of us today in this important event. May you bestow us your guidance and blessings so that we can enjoy and appreciate its significance in our lives. Bless everyone present here today, that each of us may be able to share what we have for your glory and honor. Always grant us good health and safety, and peace and goodwill to all men. May all the various health research activities of the Council and all our implementing agencies be a success through your interventions. We ask all of these in your name. Amen.
Magandang umaga, magandang agham, good morning to everybody. Can you greet your seatmate? Good morning, magandang umaga. You are as beautiful as the morning or as handsome as the morning. Okay, today is a great day. So we welcome you to the Department of Science and Technology's first S&T Fellows Convention with the theme Undertaking R&D Initiatives, Creating Ripples of Change. We are live here at the Crimson Hotel, Alabang Muntinlupa City, and we are joined by our dearest DOST officials. Can I request quickly a wave of a hand from our DOST officials? Magandang umaga po. Okay, nandito po ang mga magaganda at gwapo nating mga leaders. And of course, our R&D institutes and council directors, a wave of hand. Okay, good morning po. Of course, this convention would not be possible if not without the S&T Fellows. Can I see a wave of a hand from our S&T Fellows? All right. And of course, we also have representatives from our SUCs and HEIs. Meron po ba tayo? Mga partners po natin dito from our universities. Good morning. Our graduate scholars. Wave of hand. Yon. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Our media partners, of course, thank you for taking time to be with us. Our colleagues, our friends, and of course, those who are joining us via Zoom and also via Facebook Live. We are grateful that you made time to see us and to partake to this momentous event. I am Diane Tating from the Philippine Council of Industry, Energy and Emerging Technology Research and Development, or DOST PSHERD, and I am honored to be your host for this momentous morning. So shall we all again give a round of applause for everybody for making it today for our first S&T Fellows Convention. So this time, without any further ado, let us formally start and allow me to call on a woman of science, a woman of change, our dear Undersecretary, who will give us a better understanding of what the S&T Fellows Program is about. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we all give a round of applause to our Undersecretary, Rowena Cristina Guevara.
Parating pa lang si Sec Boy, but he will be joining us a bit later. Executive Directors Eric, Executive Director Mayet, Directors Annabelle, Director Mel, Director Mulong, Director Franz, Director Bob, the Deputy Val, and I also saw kanina si Deputy Director Carlos. Okay, officials of the DOST and my co-workers at DOST. Pag sinabi kong co-workers, kasama na ngayon ang mga S&T Fellows natin. Of course, representatives from higher education institutes and state universities and colleges, mga balik scientists, mga graduate scholars, our partners in media, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po at magandang agham sa ating lahat. First, I would like to welcome you all to the first S&T Fellows Convention with the theme, Undertaking R&D Initiatives, Creating Ripples for Change. Before we hear the current undertakings of our S&T Fellows, allow me to take you back on how we started the S&T Fellows Program. The onset of COVID-19 has heightened the roles of experts in science, technology, and innovation, or STI. But even before the advent, meron nakikipag-usap doon na iba? Hello? Masyado malakas yung usapan nyo dyan. Naririnig na dito. Thank you. Mahirap talagang maggawa ng ganitong programa. Formal na formal tayo, no? Please relax a little bit. So, COVID-19 showed us that we really need S&T Fellows. But even before the advent of the global health pandemic, the leaders of our nation are already using STI as inputs to decision-making. The DOST was challenged by President Duterte to double the human resources amidst the country's fight against COVID-19. In response, we are hiring more researchers, scientists, and engineers, or RSEs. The reason for this is very simple. You know, in 2016, Dr. Bio and I, we wrote what we call the Master Plan for S&T Human Resource Development. Nag-present kami sa DBM. Sabi namin, you know, if you continue funding us the way that you are funding us, we will reach 380 researchers, scientists, and engineers per million population by 2045. Sabi ng DBM, ano ba kailangan ninyo? So we gave her the list of things that we needed for S&T Human Resource. And you know, today, the budget of human resource development, which is basically the scholarship programs, is 25% of the department's budget. So in the Philippine Development Plan, 2016 to 2022, nakasulat doon na dapat by 2022, we should have 300 researchers per million Filipinos. I'm very happy to report we achieved 356 in 2018. Kasama na dyan yung ASTHRDP, ERDT, at saka yung scholarship programs natin sa undergrad at saka dun sa Masters and PhD for Science Education. Ang problema natin, yung pag-hire ng mga tao, hindi ganun kalakas. In fact, it took some time for industry and even the higher education institutes to start hiring the graduates of MS and PhD. Just to explain, in 2007, the total graduates of DOST MS scholarship was 17. In the last 6 years, we have been producing 400 to 500 MS and PhD graduates per year. Problem is, where do we put them? So we had a bridge program called the CIP. Yung mga CIPs, these are scholars for MS and PhDs that were hired by DOST. But I'm happy to report na hindi na kami halos nag-hire ng ganong kadaming CIPs because the industry is beginning to absorb our CIPs. So pagka-graduate ng MS at PhD, na-hire naman na sila. The problem is, we need also leaders. We need veteran researchers. So, with the challenge of the President, DOST had already put in place 2 strategic programs. We have the Balik Scientist Program to address brain drain in the national level. And then we have the Research and Development Leadership or RD Lead, pinangungunahan ni Dr. Mayet Sumagaysay, to address the lack of local experts that would strengthen research capabilities of academic institutions, R&D centers, and even national government agencies in the region. The DOST also continues to support aspiring RSEs through various scholarship programs implemented by the DOST Science Education Institute. Now, recognizing the bigger risks facing humanity in the years to come, we at DOST deemed it necessary to put in place some strategic mechanisms that would ensure a stable, sustainable supply of RSEs, or researchers, scientists, and engineers in the country, including within the DOST R&D group. It is in this context that the project DOST Science and Technology Fellows Program was proposed. The program aims to populate DOST R&D group with master's and PhD degree holders with limited tenure of 5 years, to be exact. These new personnel are referred to as S&T Fellows. Patayuin natin ang S&T Fellows natin. Please stand up. Thank you very much. This initiative is not new in countries that aim for technological advancement and leadership. For example, at the state level in the US, the American Association for the Advancement of Science in Washington, D.C. launched the S&T Policy Fellowships, or STPF program, to provide opportunities to outstanding scientists and engineers to learn firsthand about policy making and contribute their knowledge and analytical skills in the policy making. The SFTP program allowed RSEs to work for the U.S. government for a 1-year tenure. Such efforts are likewise being adopted by the National Science and Technology Development Agency, or NASDA, of Thailand. In Thailand, you have the Ministry of Science and Technology with about 400 employees. But you have the NASDA, the National Science and Technology Development Agency, with about 5,000 people. Puro researchers sila. And they have 5-year tenure, similar to the S&T Fellows. Ibig sabihin, kailangan magpakitang gilas para after 5 years, they are retained. In the end, the S&T Fellows, we imagine, would be adopted not just by DOST, but by other government agencies. So for example, Undersecretary Leo of Department of Agriculture has already asked me for a copy of our guidelines. Kokopyahin nila sa Department of Agriculture yung S&T Fellows. So where can we get these S&T Fellows? I've already mentioned about our scholarships, and we have 53,000 scholars in all fields of science and engineering and science education with over 10,000 MS and PhD scholars. We hope to capture these scholars in our search for S&T Fellows as well as brilliant S&T talents from all across the globe. So may I request the S&T Fellows who used to work outside of the country to please stand up. Okay. Thank you very much. Ibig sabihin, we are now able to have brain gain. Hindi, kasi yung balik scientist, 3 years ang maximum eh. Pero ang S&T Fellows, 5 years. Saka diretso talaga sa DOST. Now, where do our S&T Fellows go? We have a total of 32 S&T Fellows with us today whose service are engaged by the different DOST agencies. 17 of the 32 S&T Fellows report to the DOST R&D institutes. Good morning, Secboy. Which include ASTI, FNRI, FPRDI, MIRDC, ITDI, PNRI, and PTRI to undertake R&D in various areas of specialization. The remaining S&T Fellows report to the DOST councils, PICARD, PCHRD, and PSHEARD. These S&T Fellows direct specific agenda from conceptualization of R&D programs, policy development, impact assessment of DOST programs and projects, among others. Overall, the S&T Fellows Program provides opportunity to our researchers, scientists, and engineers to do meaningful work in the country while enjoying very good compensation. How good is this compensation I'm referring to? For master's degree holders with all the qualifications we're looking for, we offer S&T Fellow 1 and S&T Fellow 2 positions with salary grades of 23 and 24. This is around, I will not say the words, I will not say the numbers, but you can figure this out. For doctorate degree holders, we offer S&T Fellow 3, 4, and 5 positions with salary grades 25, 26, and 27. In case our S&T Fellows do not know, the salary grade of a DOST director is salary grade 27, which is an S&T Fellow 5. Before I end my presentation, allow me to take this opportunity to thank the S&T Fellows who willingly accepted the challenge and became part of the growing family at DOST. Some of you had to make sacrifices, giving up promising careers and brighter future abroad. Some of you chose to come back after they graduate and postgraduate studies abroad, while others have regular positions in academia and industry. Still, you chose to serve the country. The work that you do is more than just R&D outputs and outcomes. You may not yet realize it, but when you are allotting long hours to conceptualizing roadmaps inside your laboratories, testing samples, and making experiments, believe me, your work will benefit hundreds and millions of Filipinos. Seeing all of you today makes my heart swell with pride and joy. I'm sure that the work that Secboy and I started in DOST will create ripples of change for the good of the Philippines. With this, I thank you all for being here today and magandang agham po sa ating lahat.
Maraming salamat po, Yusek Guevara. It is really with pride and joy that we have our S&T Fellows. Congratulations po, and thank you for going back. Thank you for being a part of the DOST family. So this time we acknowledge, of course, the presence of the DOST father and leader, none other than our dear Secretary Fortunato T. de la Peña. So we will be hearing a message from our dear Secretary.
Magandang umaga. Magandang umaga sa ating lahat at Happy New Week. Okay. So, I'm very happy to be with you today. Medyo nakakasilaw lang yung ilaw. And I am really glad that so many quality of scholar graduates that we have produced. Uh, in very simple terms, for example, at the undergraduate level, our freshman scholars in 2016 were in the range of 5,000 for the new school year. And today, when we will be announcing the qualifiers very soon, it will be very close to 11,000. So that shows that we have doubled in terms of the undergraduate scholarships. USECEB knows better the statistics for the MS and PhD, but certainly in terms of graduates, I think we were able to rise from around 100 to around 500 a year now, combined MS and PhD. And of course, we have resumed our sending of scholars abroad for fields or areas which are not offered by our local universities. Yun naman ang isang napakagandang contribution siguro ng ESEP, the ESEP program some 2-3 decades ago. Sila USECEB are products of ESEP. And the people who were produced by ESEP are the ones running our S&T institutions now, not only at DOST, but also in the academe and the other research and development institutions. We are proud of that. And the significant, shall we say, evidence of that is the offering of MS and PhD in several universities locally. Okay, so we have a number of consortia now in existence. We have the Advanced Science and Technology HRD Consortium, where perhaps some of you are products. We have the ERDT, or Engineering for R&D Technology Consortium, again, where some of you are products. And when I came in, I had this policy of really strengthening the regions and making our pool of science and technology researchers and research institutions bigger and more distributed in our country. Not only in the big cities or big urban areas like Metro Manila or Metro Cebu, but also to the other regions of the country. And that is the reason why we have now the niche centers for the regions, or the nicer centers. And we also created or accredited new universities to be delivering institutions for MS and PhD scholarships for DOST. So it's not limited anymore to the ASTHRD and to the ERDT consortia. We now have a consortium that covers different universities in the regions, and originally the consortium is really for MS and PhD in science and math education. But now we have also universities not under ASTHRD or ERDT that offer MS and PhD in the different sciences and programs. So in terms of output, meron pa rin tayong mga scholars or STEM graduates who have worked their way on their own, applied on their own for scholarships abroad, okay, and were able to earn their advanced degrees abroad outside of the DOST scholarships. Okay, for example, when I attended the graduation of our first scholars for space science and space technology in Hokkaido, and ano pa ba yung isa? In Tohoku, the graduation were a day apart, okay, and I attended because we had Filipino graduates graduating there. I met Filipino scholars, not under DOST scholarship in Hokkaido and in Tohoku. And I believe this is happening in other Japanese universities and other universities as well. And so I said, ang dami pala nating mga napoproduce na ngayon. Ano? Hindi na tayo masyadong ano tawag dito, very low in output of MS and PhD compared to the other ASEAN countries. Of course, ano pa din, marami pa din yung iba kaysa sa atin, but we have, I think, caught up in terms of meeting the UNESCO targets of around 380 researchers per million population. So we have already, we're very close to that figure already. Now, the concern that we have is that in the Philippines, okay, where would the MS and PhD people go? Okay, the possibilities are to go to the universities where they can teach or become researchers. But you know, in the state universities and colleges, the creation of new plantilla positions for faculty members and researchers, madalang pa po sa patak ng ulan sa tag-araw. Ganun din po sa mga government R&D organizations, whether it is in DOST, in DA, in DENR, in DOH, the creation of new plantilla items for researchers ay talagang napakadalang, no? And of course, ang nagde-decide dyan ay basically ang DBM, no? And while they have been generous in allocating more resources for scholarships, hindi po sila ganun ka-generous mag-create ng new plantilla positions, no? And if you go to the private sector, while the big companies at one time were telling us we need MS and PhDs, produce more of them, I don't think they are absorbing too many, of this MS and PhD. And so we trace that, all of that, to the status of our economy. Okay, so it will all depend on new investments in science and technology-based industries, whether these are local investors or foreign investors. Kung walang masyado pang ganyan, saan na pupunta yung ating mga graduates? Now, I remember, ayun nga, nag-usap kami ni Yusek, paano kaya natin gagawa nito ng paraan if we just offer the positions in the R&D institutes of DOST, yung ordinary positions where we have the science research specialist, 1 and 2, and the supervising, ay ito po ay napakababa pa din ng salary grade. And at the same time, hindi naman siya nababakante ng ganun kadalas. Kasi isa pa naming observation ngayon, parang yung turnover in terms of people leaving our R&D institutes is not that high. Okay? Kahit nga yung pag-asa noon na sinasabi nilang nag-a-abroad ang karamihan ng mga tagapag-asa, hindi na po totoo yun. No? And so naisipan namin, we have to create something which can offer a good compensation, pero of course we are limited. This cannot be plantilla positions. We have no power to create plantilla positions, and so we thought of some kind of a postgraduate fellowship. So ang category para sa akin ito, hindi ito talaga yung employment, kung hindi it's more of a postgraduate fellowship. And of course, we have to set a certain limit or a time period. So we just hope that in that given time period, we are able to provide more opportunities. The economy must have improved by that time. And we also thought that itong atin namang mga researchers, if they are really good, hindi naman sila mawawalan ng projects na magagawa. And I still recall ang aking parang modelo dito. It was so long ago, in August of 1983, tagal na doon. We were invited to go to Australia by the Australian government, and people from DOST and from some universities to observe the science and technology system, particularly the CSIRO system in Australia. Okay? I cannot remember the date because we left on August 27 or 26, 1983, and that was only 3 days from the death of Ninoy Aquino. So ang atmosphere namin parang ang lungkot-lungkot. Anyway, when we went around yung scheduled tour, I noticed that the people working as scientists are not actually permanently employed in those positions. So they are given contracts for project to project, and then these researchers, siyempre, they show naman that they are very productive. Hindi naman sila nawawala ng projects na ginagawa, but they are well compensated. And so parang ito yung naisipan namin ni Yusek Geb, and I really was surprised when I first met by Zoom the first 25 or 26 S&T Fellows. Inisa-isa ko yung kanilang curriculum vitae. At nakita ko doon na more than half of the first batch, I think 15 out of the 25, actually graduated from abroad, most of them on their own. They were not DOST scholars, but they decided to come home and work in our country. And that shows that, to me, most Filipino scientists, actually, they really want to work and help our country. It's really by force of circumstances that some of them have to stay abroad. But if given the opportunity, they will be willing to help. The other point I would like to mention, but this is already regarding the Balik Scientist Program. Ako po ay tuwan-tuwa nung si Director Annabel ata itong nasa harap ko, Ang hirap, hindi ko na makita, puro mga maskara tayo. Nung i-announce na natin yung pagtatayo natin ng Virology and Vaccine Institute, ay ang dami agad nagpakita ng interest. And ito ay hindi lamang in terms of salita. They came. 7 of them came from the US. From the US, from Australia, and from the UK. I don't know whether some of you have met them, but they are the ones who have been helping us in starting the research projects funded by the budget given by DBM, even if the Virology and Vaccine Institute is not yet created. For the last 2 years, they have been setting aside budget for that. If I'm not mistaken, around 280 million in 2021 and around 800 plus million in 2022. On top of that, they have already allocated money for the setting up of the Virology and Vaccine Institute facilities in Clark Green Zone. But the money is not given to us, it's given to DPWH. Now, that is an indication that the government is serious about it. Kaya lang ay medyo na delay sa Senate. Sa House, walang problema. They have really pushed hard to establish and approve this piece of legislation, pero sa Senate po ay hindi na take up. Now, we also am very glad that on top of the Balik Scientists, on top of the S&T Fellows Program, we also have the R&D Lead Program, okay, being managed by the National Research Council of the Philippines. Ayan, si Dr. Sumagaysay ang nakakaalam niyan. So, yung mga imported na scientist na dinidetail sa iba't ibang institutions and regions ay may counterpart po na hindi imported. Yung R&D Lead Program na ang gagaling din po ng ating mga scientists, and they are willing to work long, even 6 months yata. Some of them stay for 6 months in the regions, in the institutions where which they help in getting their R&D programs and centers started. And these are really top of the line, kumbaga, kung sa ating lengguwahe, na internationally recognized lang sila, pero they opted to stay here, and a good number of them actually are retirees, Pero alam niyo ang mga retirees ngayon, malalakas pa. Oo. So I would like to end my talk by thanking each and every one of our S&T Fellows, and of course by giving also the advice that in anything that we do, there are always challenges along the way. To reach the destination, it is not that smooth. Okay, all the time, and we have to just think that if we are determined, we will be able to succeed. Magandang umaga po muli sa inyong lahat.
Maraming salamat po, Secretary Boy de la Peña. Nakakatuwa po, talagang kabisado ng ating Secretary by heart. Sabi niya, hindi niya daw kabisado yung date, pero natandaan pa rin niya yung date kanina. So maraming salamat po, Secretary Boy. This really shows your support, your genuine support and your confidence for everybody in the DOST family. And it is really true. Diba, yung initials po ng ating Secretary, SFTP, it really showed that he made science for the people. So, at this juncture, we will now take a look at the R&D initiatives of our select S&T Fellows this morning. And I believe that you are already enjoying your AM snack. Sige po, kumain lang po kayo. At sabay-sabay po nating tunghayan ang iba't ibang mga presentasyon po ng ating S&T Fellows. So to briefly know our first presenter, let us all watch this short clip.
Good question. Before, there were only a few nuclear medicine physicians in the Philippines, and then I decided to go that pathway, and then to further increase my education and training, I went into fellowship in pediatric nuclear medicine. So basically, because there are only quite a few nuclear medicine physicians during at that time. Several reasons, of course. First is it's different in the home. The atmosphere is totally different. And recently, there are more opportunities for researchers and scientists in the Philippines, which will make it really an attractive incentive for a scientist like me. And of course, it's good to contribute back to the country, to the Philippines.
Someone who made a leap of faith in coming back to the country from becoming a technical officer in the International Atomic Energy Agency in Vienna, Austria. A former Balik scientist and now leading the establishment of the first nuclear medicine facility in the DOST Philippine Nuclear Research Institute, or DOST-PNRI, as an S&T Fellow. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Thomas Neil Pascual. A big hand.
Honorable DOST Secretary for Tunato de la Pena, Honorable DOST Undersecretary for Research and Development, Directors of the different DOST Research and Development Institutes and Councils and their representatives, fellow S&T Fellows and guests, Good morning, everyone. And it's an honor to be part of the Department of Science and Technology's first S&T Fellows Program with the theme Undertaking R&D Initiatives, Creating Ripples of Change. Together with the other S&T Fellows, we present our major accomplishments, current project involvement, and a glimpse on our working experience in the S&T Fellows Program, but most importantly, how these projects will benefit the Filipino people. I'm Dr. Thomas Pascual. I'm a nuclear medicine physician with a special interest in health economics, hybrid imaging, and health professions education. I'm currently an S&T Fellow detailed at the Philippine Nuclear Research Institute. I had an opportunity to serve as a budding scientist between 2019 and 2021 under the same institute and also under PCHRD. Previously, I was an international civil servant working as a nuclear medicine physician and a technical officer at the International Atomic Energy Agency in Vienna, Austria. This is the UN agency known for being a nuclear watchdog, but also an agency responsible for the technical transfer of capacity building efforts in the field of peaceful uses of nuclear techniques. According to the WHO, worldwide, an estimated 20 million new cancer cases and almost 10 million cancer deaths occurred in 2020. And the predicted global burden will double to about 40 million new cancer cases by 2040, with the greatest increases in low-middle-income countries. Countries with lower incomes, including the Philippines, have significantly worse population outcomes, and have countries, people at the lowest economic levels have poorer cancer outcomes and are more likely to suffer from financial hardships. Thus, there's a need to scale up nuclear medicine to achieve universal health care. And it's an essential to improve outcomes and save lives in all countries. Non-communicable diseases like cancer and dementia are top killer in the Philippines. According to the Philippine Statistics Authority, heart disease are still leading cause of death in 2020, and on the other hand, neoplasms or cancer, commonly known as or cancer, came in second with about 60,000 deaths, which is equivalent to 10% of the population. For cancer, nuclear medicine plays a critical role in the clinical management of these patients. Nuclear medicine imaging technology is commonly used in cancer staging and in restaging, and it's very important for the clinical management of this patient. As you can see on the photo here, with the arrow, we can see the extent of cancer of a patient affecting the body. This gives a clinician an appropriate treatment strategies in order to provide the correct intervention for the patient. Should we treat or not? So that's the question. If we treat, will the body respond after a few cycles? The second photo then showed a successful treatment of the physician. Without this technology, nuclear medicine, cancer treatment will be a guessing game. So it is a goal of the DOST to bring nuclear medicine and research into our country to be able to do two things: to improve research and capacity building in the field of radiopharmaceutical development, and at the same time, bring this technology to help in the cancer management of the Filipino people. Still, the question remains, is our country equipped with evolving technology, and is there equitable access for everyone? Unfortunately, at the moment, not too many. For PET-CT facility in our country, with only about 7, and 5 of them are concentrated in Metro Manila. For the cyclotron facility, which would produce the radioactive medicine to be injected to the patient, it will be only about 3. So if we are able to put more of this cyclotron and PET-CT facility and focus on research, then we can make this technology more accessible to the Filipino people. As a budding scientist and an S&T Fellow, it's an honor to contribute knowledge and journey to improve nuclear medicine and diagnostic services, and also to enhance radiopharmaceutical research and development. We aim to reduce the cost of PET-CT imaging by provision of at-cost radiopharmaceutical production, thus lowering the price of PET-CT imaging. At the moment, PET-CT imaging will be about 40,000 to 60,000 pesos per image. Quite expensive, but an important role in cancer management. The provision of a dedicated medical cyclotron within the DOST research mandate will pave the way for the opportunities to do research more on this type of radioactive medicine, but at the same time would make the technology accessible to the people. For And this would help patients with cancer and dementia very much. The journey of being part of the DOST family gave the opportunity to contribute to the select 6 Ps: publication, people service, places and partnership, and of course, policy. For the publication, I would like to highlight these 3 international publications that I have produced the past 6 months. And these publications mainly highlight on how COVID-19 pandemic affected the practice of nuclear medicine services. This should also give a clue to our stakeholders that since the pandemic happened, most of the activities are focused on COVID-19. And patients with cancer were set aside. So we might expect a lot of another second wave of pandemic, but this will be in the form of undiagnosed cancer patients flooding in the next few years. So the provision of the medical cyclotron and the PET-CT imaging facility would help address this sort of pandemic that might come in the next few years. In addition, for people service, the Nuclear Medicine Research Development and Innovation Center would aim to reduce the cost of radiopharmaceuticals by provision of at-cost radiopharmaceutical production, thus lowering the price of PET-CT imaging. And I'm happy to inform you that the groundbreaking of this project, this project happened in February 2022 with the presence of Secretary de la Peña and then Yusek Guevara. And hopefully everything will be in place. So as you can see, we have here the building plan and the DOST officials gracing the groundbreaking ceremony. My involvement as a project proponent to increase international collaboration has led to the successful submission of proposals to several organizations such as the ASEAN and the IAEA. For the ASEAN, we successfully submitted projects for international collaboration in the field of nuclear medicine to develop capacity in radiopharmaceutical development. For the IAEA, we were successful to broker 2 centers in Manila to take part in the international research collaboration on the role of hybrid imaging or PET-CT on ovarian cancer. As a chief scientific investigator, myself will be supporting several researchers worldwide in the development of clinical protocols and also in the implementation of these research projects. For contributions towards policy, I have initiated several policy dialogues and expert recommendations, mainly towards effective ideas on how nuclear medicine can be incorporated in the country program framework that will be put up in the Philippine document to the IAEA. So this country program framework will serve as a blueprint on the areas of improvement in nuclear medicine and also in radiopharmaceutical development that will form the blueprint or the focus of the country and support from the IAEA. In addition, I have also took part in some discussions on how updating policies on best practices in requirements for licensed users for PET-CT facility. I truly had a good experience until now as an S&T Fellow. With the continued threat of non-communicable diseases in the country and worldwide, we have to be proactive in tapping technologies that can improve the access of this technology, thereby improving social life, quality of life, and improve patient outcomes. And I believe nuclear medicine plays a major role in this area. And we're in a good position because of the reactive, timely, and supportive science and technology ecosystem provided by the Department of the Science and Technology and the leadership, of course. One thing that I have really enjoyed on my stint as a balik scientist and as an S&T Fellow is really the supportive ecosystem given by the leadership of the DOST. Through fellow participation, I was able to participate in the conceptualization, policy, and funding development of different projects. And I was given the opportunity to undertake research and development initiatives and creating ripples of change that will make nuclear medicine technology more accessible to the Filipino people and contribute towards the improvement of the management of patients with non-communicable diseases, especially on patients with dementia and patients with cancer. Magandang umaga po, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doc Tom, for that wonderful presentation and for the recently launched Nuclear Medicine Research and Development Innovation Center. And we believe that the soon-to-rise nuclear medicine facility will surely benefit all of our kababayan. So thank you, Doc Tom, for choosing to come back and to give back to our country. Next up is an S&T Fellow assigned at the DOST Forest Products Research and Development Institute, or the DOST FPRDI. Let us all watch this short video.
Since I was raised up in a family of scientists and professors, there was no other choice. I was practically raised around science, so I have no other dream but to be a scientist as well. Ang dami. Too many to mention. Sleepless nights, looking for books, references, notes, and I was hoping for all exams. I'm trying to prove yourself, trying to remember all of it, pero ang bawal kasi memorization. You cannot practically memorize without understanding. You cannot use any of those. So kailangan heavy ka rin sa organic chem before you could even possibly understand biochemistry. So, babacktrack ka. Organic chem is the secret to biochem.
To discuss about human security and defense, please give it up for Dr. Raul Javier Jr.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Good morning, Secretary Boy. Good morning po, Yusek Gev. Good morning po sa lahat ng directors of the different DOST agencies. I am Raul Javier, and I'm assigned at FPRDI at Los Baños. And this is securing indigenous production of weapon systems, platforms, and armaments, which is Bala and Kalasag. Anyway, I'll just go forward. I have a PhD in molecular biology and biotechnology, minors in botany, horti, and plant tissue culture. I also took up MS biochemistry with minors in animal nutrition. I am a BS Chem graduate, I'm also a nurse, and I'm also a therapist. I did research. I was an instructor in UPLB, UP Diliman, La Salle, and Notre Dame of Marbelle University. I also worked as a plant tissue culturist at the College of Micronesia that I did as a volunteer. And ang documentation po nun ay napakahirap gawin. Anyways, I was a liaison officer with NRCP before with Ma'am Mayet. Now, when we speak of human security, this has something to do with SRDP, or the one with Ferdinand Marcos Sr. doing back in 1974, self-reliant defense posture of the Philippines. Now, under the Human Security and Defense Program, the first one that was given to me was the development of a bamboo emergency boat for rescue operations. The problem with the rubber boats that we're using these days for emergency use is that they are easily punctured during floods. So there are problems with using it. Now, the idea was for me to do research on doing something with lignocellulosic materials. Now, since FPRDI one of its thrusts is to make use of abaca bamboo. Now, the idea came about with using bamboo fiber, the processing of it, and of course, it's a composite. We have a polymer matrix. Anyways, and then you have reinforcement materials or fillers. The secret to that is the activated carbon. So I am not supposed to discuss any further than that. At dahil sa naka-NDA siya. Now, you have bamboo or Bambusa vulgaris. It's a natural glass fiber. The important thing about it is that it's processing. You have to have it at a lower concentration compared to textile fiber. Ang textile fiber kasi dapat smoother siya at mas maliit. With regards to this one, it has to retain some of its natural properties para may lignin pa rin. Now, as decided from RSCOM, you need at least 4 meters long of a boat. So that's as far as I can go. Next one. This was another issue that was being asked about by RSCOM or the 4th RCDG. They need soft body armors, and because inilagay ko lang dyan is $150 to $800. Ang problema, in the market, it's at actually 150,000 pesos each. Now, if we count around 280,000 military personnel and 130 active personnel, given that it's 800, so 52.33, that was the other day, we're looking at around 6,802,900 pesos every time it's procured. We have natural materials. We have natural fiber. Why not make use of natural fiber like abaca, bamboo, you have rami, you have flax. In the Philippines, we have bamboo. We have abaca, which is the queen of natural fibers. And that is what exactly I was going to do with this project proposal, which I already passed. Binigay ko na po. The secret to that one is that there are 2 factors. One, the processing entails that it should be followed to the letter. The next one, you have the type of weaving. May specifics doon. The last one is the thickness or density. There is a specific density to it, yung denier na sinasabi. So, kailangan enough yung ganong klaseng variables para mapigilan yung bullet. So, meron na doon. We're just going to compare it with Kevlar, fiberglass, and carbon. Ang problema kasi, of the 3, ang pinaka-expensive ay carbon. Next by Kevlar, and then fiberglass. But it is still comparable. So that's what we're going to look for, and that is through deduction. Okay. As I was saying, ang pinakadulo naman natin dito is going to classify to the NIJ standards kung hanggang saan. By the way, this soft body armor can be used as either alone, standalone, or pwede siyang component ng multi-armor system. Okay, next. You have portable modular force protection, which I'm already doing. It's a hybrid composite, so polymer pa rin po siya. Okay? Those are the characteristics. Ayaw. And the last one, prior to the arrival of Mr. Ed Gamantigue, the director was asking me for projects under F3TP, which I diligently made. Actually, there are 30 projects which I already submitted. And yung projects kasi napupuntahan ko, puro pampaganda ang kinalabasan. Pampaputi, pampapayat, pampa-feel good. So they were asking me when I was presenting it, how are you supposed to name the program? Sabi ko, balik. Anong balik? Balik alindog po. So, the concept first was beauty in a bottle, followed by back to the beautiful you. Biglang may kumontra. Sabi, paano kung walang beauty? Sabi ko, never mind. Let it remain as Balik Alindog program of the DOST. We have vetiver. Yun yung unang assignment ni Sir. And then meron talaga exactly na pampaputi, pampa-lose weight. We have all of it in the Philippines sa forest products natin. It's just a matter of processing, identifying, profiling. Si Ed marunong dyan. And then, ano talaga siya? We have butyric acid na pampapayat talaga siya. Ginawa na rin yun ni Dr. Edwin S. Luis, yung professor ko before and advisor, ginawa sa feeds. Pampapayat siya. Yung cashew is kasama na rin doon. All of it from seeds to the fruit, pwede pati yung rind, kasi pwede siyang pectin material para sa mga gels. So pwede rin siyang gamitin doon. Yung pampaputi, definite po yun, 2 components yun. At yung pampapayat, totoo po yun. And as far as male contraceptive po ang nakita ko. So, yung part na yun ay dress to kill, dress to thrill, shooting blanks. Yun na po. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat po. Salamat po, Dr. Raul. Grabe po, napakadami pong gamit ng ating mga forest products. Hindi ka lang secured, di ba? Yung mga ballistic materials na yan. Pero pati yung usapang balik alindog, mukhang marami pong interested. Meron po bang gusto mag-try? Dr. Raul, mamaya po mag-usap po tayo. Meron mga pampalose weight at mga pampaganda. Maraming salamat po. So that is a very enlightening presentation at very interesting. Interesado po kami dyan. So we now move on to the electronic product management. So to know more about our next presenter, please direct your eyes on our screen.
Okay, I used to be a very curious kid. Nung bata ako, marami akong gustong malaman, marami akong gustong tanong. Pero nung nagulat na lang ako, grade 6, tinawag ako ng teacher ko para sumali sa, or papadala-dala ako sa computer school na math contest. And doon ako nagulat na, magaling pala ako sa math. So yung pinagsama ko na curiosity sa science at yung sa math, sa tingin ko yun yung tulak din sa akin para piliin ng engineering. Since yung sa guidance counselor namin, pag-graduate ko ng high school, ang isa sa mga advice niya is hanapin ko yung career kung saan magagamit ko yung mga strength ko. So doon na napasok ko yung pagiging engineer ko. DOST has done a lot of technology applications or innovations with a wide range of applications in various sectors of the society. So that ranges from agriculture to even space technology. And I think that would be our launching point in order to convince people who are specializing in this field to take up opportunities in DOST. I know that the Philippines has so much potential when it comes to innovation or technology, even the sciences. But we would like you to be part of us, to join us in making this dream come true for the Filipino people.
To give us an overview of the R&D initiatives under the DOST Advanced Science and Technology Institute, or DOST-ASTI, kindly give a round of applause to Engineer Reynaldo Ted Peñas II.
Good morning, everyone. Magandang agham sa inyong lahat. The most beautiful thing that we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. And that is a quote by Albert Einstein. My name is Reynaldo Ted L. Peñas II, a registered electronics engineer, a former assistant professor of Pamantasan Lungsod ng Maynila, a former chief technical officer or CTO of Smart Philippines Corporation, an Idea Space Foundation startup company. I earned my BS ECE degree in PLM, my Master of Science in Engineering, major in ECE in PUP Manila, and now ongoing with my dissertation in PhD ECE at Mapua University. I'm also an IEEE and ICEP member, and I'm currently assigned as the S&T Fellow under DOST-ASTI for Management of Electronic Products. It is with great privilege that I will tell you all about my S&T Fellow journey. About the agency of assignment. The Advanced Science and Technology Institute, or DOST-ASTI, is an agency of the DOST mandated to undertake research and development activities aimed at strengthening and modernizing information and communications technology and microelectronics. The agency focuses on ICT R&D, microelectronics R&D, technology transfer, and space technology. Some of the useful technologies that the agency has created are used in remote and wireless sensing, disaster risk mitigation, communication modules, power and energy devices, among others. The agency also took part in the microsatellite produced and launched in 2016 called the Diwata-1. My major engagements as a fellow for DOST-ASTI involves roles such as project lead, project staff member, and researcher. Among my project lead roles include that I'm being tasked to relaunch the Electronics Product Development Center, or EPDC, and garage services with a new and more improved business model that will make it more sustainable as a center for electronics prototyping and product testing services. Another project lead role on the side of ASTI involves the Philippine Space Agency, or PhilSA, in their project called the Nationwide Network for Educational Satellites, Satellite Terrestrial Stations, or NESTs, using a courseware that engages high school students into learning space technology with the use of amateur radio kits and a virtual reality application or app. As a project staff member and representative of the agency, I am assigned also in the collaborations with the DOST and the Philippine National Police, or PNP, collaboration of technology and innovation for a more improved law enforcement. Also, the collaboration of DOST with Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, with our Office of Civil Defense for the Disaster Risk Reduction Management and Capacity Enhancement Project Phase 2. As a researcher and fellow, I am currently working on cataloging DOST-ASTI products and services with clientele profiling for a more comprehensive compilation and identification or recognition for the next roadmap of the agency. I'm also currently assessing and conducting study on electronics product management through EPDC and the various divisions of the agency. Personally, I am privileged to be in an agency where I can establish linkages with esteemed specialists from DOST and its other collaborating institutes and agencies through various projects of national impact. This also has paved the way for me to take the opportunity to be involved in technopreneurship and innovation as an engineer and innovator. So there's no need for you to look for the mysterious and appreciate art and science. The S&T Fellows Program will definitely take you to a thrilling and amazing experience while rendering your talents and skills in science and technology. Join us, join me in the DOST-ASTI as we are still in search for 2 more fellows. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. Magandang agham.
Maraming salamat po, Engineer Ted Peñas. Thank you for rendering your service as an S&T Fellow. Moving on, we have 2 presenters for our next topic. Equally interesting and timely topic about virology. So let's get to know them through this short video.
So, gusto ko mag-English talaga. Gusto ko yung
since I was a kid, lagi ko nang iniisip, I always dreamt of becoming a scientist. I've always asked curious questions about nature, about my surrounding. Bakit ako sinusundan ng moon? Paano nag-bloom ang flower? Paano nagiging butterfly ang isang worm or isang larva? And I always ask these questions. I'm always very curious about my surrounding. And yun yung nakita sa akin ng aking mga parents and teachers ng elementary and high school. And they thought that I could be one of the scientists in the country. So I was inspired by different TV shows, especially Knowledge Power by Ernie Baron, and then Sir David Attenborough of BBC. And I've always watched several documentary series. And until I underwent second year high school for biology classes. And then dun ko na nakita yung interest ko for life science. Until I pursued biology as my course in college. And then ngayon, as a career na, becoming a virologist at IDBI.
As a child, I kind of wanted to be a farmer and a baker. Yeah. So my field is plant virology, but I started as in in molecular biology and biotechnology at UP Diliman. I went to the lab. I went to a plant virology and plant molecular biology laboratory, and there I worked on abacaviruses and discovered that I love working on plant viruses, especially since I wanted to be a farmer before. I'm more fascinated in the diseases of plants than growing plants themselves.
To further discuss about their engagement to the Virology and Vaccine Institute of the Philippines, kindly give a round of applause to Dr. Fredmore Orozco and Dr. Fides Zalda of the DOST Industrial Technology Development Institute, or DOST ITDI.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. We are the fellows from the DOST Industrial Technology Development Institute, and we will going to be giving a short and sweet talk about our involvement with the establishment of the Virology and Vaccine Institute of the Philippines. First, to introduce ourselves, I am Fides Zalda. I have a PhD in plant pathology, and I work with plant viruses.
And I am Dr. Fredmore Orozco, a PhD in biology, major in cell and molecular biology graduate. And I study mostly viruses infecting plants and animals, mostly focusing on bioinformatics, genomics, and computational virology studies. So, the Virology and Vaccine Institute of the Philippines, or VIP, is currently housed at the DOST Industrial Technology Institute of the DOST, led by our director, Dr. Annabel Briones. And we study viruses, as I said, of humans, animals, and plants. We are guided by our 4 pillars, namely basic virus research, diagnostics, therapeutics, and vaccine development. So recently we already submitted project proposals on the discovery of swine antiviral drugs. Specifically, those antiviral components are secondary metabolites derived from Philippine medicinal plants. We also submitted another proposal on swine virus vaccine design using immunoinformatics and computational systems biology approaches. We also submitted another proposal on the diagnosis of Nipah virus. Nipah virus is a zoonotic pathogen, a highly transmissible and high mortality pathogen isolated from bats.
Meanwhile, for plant viruses, we at the VIP are preparing projects for studying plant viruses of economic importance. These include the papaya ring spot virus, the devastating Bunchitop virus, and other viruses of our prime commodities, banana and abaca, the coconut kadang-kadang viroid disease, and the various diseases of vegetable and tomatoes. So as S&T Fellows, we help create a roadmap for virology research in the Philippines. We conduct basic research such as studying virus genes and their functions using molecular and bioinformatics methods. We also help develop diagnostics for both the laboratory and field, and this would ensure that we have early and accurate virus detection to help us prepare for any future virus problems. We are also working with other scientists to help develop vaccines and therapeutics for viral diseases.
And we are currently involved in several R&D projects at the Virology Institute under DOST ITDI. Some of which are the Coconut Kadang-Kadang Viroid Genomics Project with the Environmental Biotechnology Division, the Tomato Yellow Leaf Curl Virus Diagnostics Project, African Swine Fever Virus Diagnostics Project using RT-PCR, African Swine Fever Vaccine Development in collaboration with University of California, Davis, and Kansas State University, an anti-HIV proposal using organic chemical synthesis approach.
Together with scientists, engineers, and architects, we are also working to help design and to build virology research laboratories here in the Philippines. This includes the Human and Animal Virology Laboratory, specialized virology research facilities such as tissue culture labs, microscope rooms, and an animal house, and finally, a plant virology laboratory and greenhouse.
During our stay as S&T Fellows, we have successfully forged several local and international collaborations with several government and academic institutions, some of which are from Bureau of Plant Industries of the Department of Agriculture, the Institute of Plant Breeding of UP Los Baños, National Institute of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology at UP Diliman, Philippine Fiber Industry Development Authority of the Department of Agriculture, of course, the Balik Scientist Program of the Department of Science and Technology, Mindanao State University, Translational Health Science and Technology Institute in India, and the Chinese University of Hong Kong.
So in the future, we are hoping to do more research on characterizing the important viruses of the Philippines, as well as study their genetic diversity and epidemiology. We aim to develop fast and accurate diagnostic methods for important pathogenic viruses. And using this knowledge, we are hoping to design disease management plans to help mitigate economic losses from these viral diseases. We will be involved in vaccine design, production, and development to provide safe and effective vaccines for the Philippines. And finally, we'll be conducting trainings and webinars to share our knowledge and love of viruses.
And we all hope that these research undertakings will potentially benefit the agriculture and health sector in the Philippines, including our farmers, doctors, scientists, teachers, families, and communities. Maraming salamat po and magandang agham sa ating lahat.
Maraming salamat po, Dr. Orozco and Dr. Zalda. Thank you for your love for viruses. And thank you for helping us combat them and for spreading instead your expertise so that we can establish our very own Virology and Vaccine Institute. And we know that the amazing projects that are awaiting would certainly be great. So we now move on to our next presenter from the DOST Philippine Textile Research Institute, or DOST PTRI. Please watch her short video.
Gusto ko mag-English talaga. Gusto ko yung pag-stay sa university para matulog, pero mas more on inclined ako talaga sa research. So yun talaga yung pinaka-focus ko. Gusto ko yung attention ko is naka-focus lang talaga sa research. So nagkaroon ng opening for S&T and more on sa research na part yung pinaka-focus natin for improvement. That's why kaya medyo nag-isip ako na mag-apply as an S&T Fellow para i-apply yung mga natutunan ko for my PhD postdoc. I-apply ngayon para makagawa ng research for the Philippines. Maganda po. So, parang yung paggagawa ng research, parang mabilis po yung kasi diba usually ang process kailangan mag-year ka before ka makagawa ng research agad-agad or makapag-apply. So, isa yun sa mga advantage ng pagiging S&T Fellow. Pwede kang magawa ng research o mag-apply ng research agad-agad. So, parang kahit hindi pa, hindi pa totally tenured or yung mga other factors. So, isa yan, mabilis para mabilis ka makapag-research, makakapag-apply ka ng knowledge mo, makapag-support ka agad-agad sa isang agency nyo.
a former instructor at the University of Santo Tomas. Our next presenter will discuss her work in the circularity and sustainability textiles. Kindly give it up for Dr. Lynn Marie de Juan Corpus.
Textile beyond coating. Okay, so textile, there's more to textile beyond the eye. So good morning, everyone. I'm Lynn Marie de Juan Corpus. So I'm the S&T Fellow at the DOST PTRI for Circularity and Sustainability in Textile and Apparels. Before becoming an S&T Fellow, I'm an instructor handling technical subjects such as chemistry and nanotechnology. I'm also a researcher and a co-founder of a research and development startup company that provides nano-based solutions to pressing problems in the environment and the society. My research focuses on the synthesis and characterizations of nanomaterials, photoluminescent metal nanoparticles, and rechargeable zinc-ion batteries, or energy storage devices. As part of my research with zinc-ion battery, I make use of flexible electrode, commonly used as, the common flexible electrode is the carbon cloth textile. So this flexible electrode uses a substrate which is somewhat expensive. So making this locally available is one of my aims as an S&T Fellow. DOST PTRI is the National Textile Research Development Institute of the Philippines that aims to drive prosperity, equity, and growth of the sustainable, inclusive, and globally competitive Philippine textile, garment, and allied industries. Its mission is to support the development needs of a robust, competitive Philippine textile garment and allied MSMEs through research and development. Currently, there are 5 R&D programs, and among these 5 programs, I'm currently assisting in both textile resource management and smart textiles. As part of the Institute's mission and vision to produce a greener and sustainable textile product using circular processing technologies, the DOST PTRI embarks on the development and promotion of bamboo textile since 2015 through the PTRI GIA and PICAR GIA funded projects in accordance with the RA 9242, which is the Philippine Tropical Fabric Law, and the House Resolution 197 that aims to promote the importance of bamboo in the daily lives of the Filipinos. Currently, DOST PTRI produces a strong and fine bamboo fibers using a mild and eco-friendly technology suitable for different bamboo-rich local areas here in the Philippines. In line with this, I am currently doing a side project wherein I will be performing a life cycle analysis of the PTRI natural fiber process, specifically for the bamboo fiber processing. So this is to assist the ongoing GAA funded project entitled The Evaluation of the Environmental Impact of the Nut Dye Powders and Nut Dye Concentrates Process Production. So what is an LCA, or the life cycle analysis? So this is an analysis technique to assess the environmental impact associated with the different stages of the product's life, from raw material extraction to the materials processing, distribution, and end use. So this one will give us the bigger picture, that is, how much material, how our materials and processes impact the environment. For example, how much carbon dioxide will be emitted to the environment? How much wastewater are we disposing of? Or are we using chemicals that are harmful to the environment? So from there, we could discover the hotspot, that is, which among our processes or materials has the highest environmental impact. So this LCA can also aid in identifying the low-hanging fruits that can provide an immediate environmental impact. The gathered information can also give us results to the insight and the innovation, especially on the environmental impact. So having an LCA an independent critical review or verification can prevent or lower the risk of being perceived as greenwashing. In addition, through most processes or operation are already highly efficient. So LCA and assessment can open up areas for further improvement and increase in manufacturing efficiency. It can also prevent business risks associated with current and upcoming environmental regulations. Okay, so for this one, so I have another side project. Sorry. Okay. So another side project that I'm currently engaged with is to produce an electrospond luminescent nanomaterial from waste or byproducts. Okay, so from this one, as we all know, from north to south, there is a diversity in music, religion, and art, which are evident in the clothes that we wear. So each indigenous tribes here in the Philippines have its own traditional patterns and motifs. So recently, there is a surge of support and promotion for the use of these ethnical fabrics. So the designers and entrepreneurs have been incorporating them into bags, clothes, and other accessories. However, the question is, how are we going to protect these indigenous fabrics from the pressures of the growing industries? So at DOST Peter I, we are currently addressing this issue by developing a luminescent nanomaterial from waste or byproduct to produce luminescent yarns for textile application. So other applications of this luminescent textile includes aesthetic, fashion, safety, biosensor, and biomaterials. Okay, so to end my presentation, I would like to share my experience as an S&T Fellow. So this opportunity opens up an opportunity for me to serve our country through science and technology. The best part of being an S&T Fellow is that I can do what I love to do, that is doing research, while contributing to the research and development of our country. Being an S&T Fellow at DOST Peter I made me realize that there is much more to textile than beyond our clothing. So being part of the DOST Peter I family allows me to share my expertise to the continuous effort of the Institute to further develop the Philippine textile and to help our local farmers and textile industries. Thank you, everyone. So, magandang araw po.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lynn. Thank you for helping us weave solutions for our textile industries. And indeed, every particle matters, and it will surely provide benefit to every Filipino people. At this point, we will watch another clip from our next presenter.
Yeah, actually, it was my mom who told me about it because my mom was with DOST Region 6. Yeah, she was the one who told me about the program and then asked me to apply. And then I checked the program, like very attractive, and then and then it was an opportunity for me to do research at the same time networking with people from different sectors like government, private industry. So it's a combination of many things like research, policy making,